Good morning, everybody. My name is Rax. Today we're going to be playing another round of Special Forces Elite 5 of Starcraft 2. Today I wanted to try to play one of the more difficult characters, or the non-builders, which in my opinion are the more difficult ones. See how far we can get. I always kind of get lost as far as which characters to pick, and that is my issue in every game. Like, get to the character selection screen where you got to choose your class or your race or whatever, and I always get lost, and because you want to do all of them, but you gotta only pick one. Especially in this game mode, there's just so many different characters to choose from. I don't know what I want to do this time though. I do like Protoss. Protoss are always pretty strong. Terran is fun as well. It has been a while since I've been a good Terran character. Let's do Son of Korhal. He's pretty fun. Got it. And these ones kind of differ from the builders because they actually have their own kind of unit abilities. And with a summoner, he summons these little guys around. And they will get any buffs or increases that your main character would get. But with this game mode, playing a summoner type character instead of a builder, you do have to buy more units to defend your base. So you will focus around these upgrades more often, which isn't a huge problem. But it is just something to remember because you won't be around to protect your base because you're gotta push out to do that.
Upgrade complete.
I'm gonna give him some basic buffs, and then we also want to look for that combat shield and then the custom rifle under the unit upgrades. Which is this one?
No,
it's 3,000. We don't have enough money yet. You're gonna just activate auto casting.
I'm on it. Of course. Will do.
Research complete.
When you do buy buffs and upgrades and stuff like that, they don't take effect for these guys until they get resummoned, because they only last for so long. In this case, they last for, they might last till they die. This game does change all the time. I know they used to only last for a certain period of time, but they might last until they die now.
Not enough minerals.
Sure.
Gonna give them a little bit of upgrades, do the custom rifles, because we're gonna kind of focus on the Marines. So we're gonna buy a couple Marines to help defend a little bit.
This better be good. You gonna give me orders? Outstanding.
We will want to build a little bit of a defense for them.
Not enough minerals. Warning.
The bad thing about not having like a builder hero is all your buildings actually cost minerals instead of just energy. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. You always want to kill that thing fast, the little guys. You can farm with them, because they will just continuously spawn enemies. Most of the time it's more of a pain in the ass than it's worth. That's why you want to just get rid of them. They do give you a good amount of minerals for killing them too, though. So it's not a complete loss, but it's just something you want to keep in mind, because you'll be, especially with like summoner builds or builds that send units out, you'll notice like, oh, my guys aren't pushing, and it's because one of those things is keeping up enough units to where it's just you guys aren't able to push because it just keeps spawning stuff. And as always, you gotta make sure you want to make sure you spend your resources. We're actually gonna buy bunker.
Research complete.
Big job, huh? Armed and ready. This better be good. Go ahead. I'm going. You gonna give me orders?
And let's give him. Actually, I'm gonna give him Ace just to get him his damage up a little bit already. And you'll see as these guys start having to respawn that that they will respawn with Ace as well, which gives them a little bit more health, damage, basically a little bit of everything. This is a little bonus mission. This one's a relatively newer bonus mission to kill this thing.
Base is under attack.
Of course.
There we go. And he just gives you. Oh, the Wraith made an escape. But, no big deal. It kind of killed our guys so they can get upgraded, which is good.
Looking forward to it.
Thought this thing had detector. Apparently it does not. So we will want to build a detector thing here. Put these guys in the bunker to give us some defense. And we want to give our guys a couple more upgrades. These ones will not affect the summons, I don't believe. But they're still good to have for your main guy. But we do want to give all of our Terran units some attack speed, so reduce them up a little bit. We're gonna make a little bit. We're gonna make another push for this objective up here. This guy is pretty strong. I've always kind of liked him. I like the summoner type builds in pretty much any game, not even just this game mode, just pretty much any game.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature
Kind of sit back a little bit from
on the command center.
the base of this. Let our minions do a little bit of work. Now we're gonna bring them back some more.
Is under attack.
Hide our SCV back here. He's gonna be number 5, so we don't lose him. Once he dies, he's going to spawn a bunch of things under him too. Hopefully we can clean those up. And then now that that's taken care of, we're going to bring him over and we're going to let him just kind of repair these before we leave. You also don't have the little Healy drones without having a base build. You can see like there's a lot less options as in my other video to build, which is why it's kind of nice to have a builder. Because like I said, this game mode is kind of made for multiple people, but it is doable with just one. So we need 3 and 6 more, so 9 more of these.
Gangway coming through.
Well, that didn't last very long. We got to get more health and more defense. So we just kind of wasted some of our minerals, but that's okay. More attack power.
Sure thing.
Ah, that's not good. So I just lost my ace buff. We might actually lose this already.
Not enough minerals.
It's not looking great. I should have focused more on my main dude instead of these little guys until this first wave came through. But we made it through. My SCV died, so we get another one of him. It's a little bit of trial and error, but not a big deal. We can rebuild.
I'm going. Yep. You got it. Armed and ready.
Let's see. Let's give him more
Upgrade
attack power and give him more
Upgrade
health.
complete.
Need to be able to live a little longer. Buildings should be good now.
What's going
We're gonna
on?
kind of leave him back here with auto repair on.
Armed and ready.
Alright, hopefully they live a little longer this
Can't wait.
time. Let me
Go ahead.
make him number 5 again. Nope.
Yep.
Warning. Large Zerg force incoming.
Misinput. Let's go clear all this out. We need the minerals.
I feel you.
Killing all this little stuff. Get that wiped
Oh,
out.
yeah. Affirmative.
And I died again. Wow. I am not doing so hot.
That's fine.
It's really weird. Normally this guy does alright. Let's give him more.
Not enough
I might need
minerals.
to give him more
Gangway. Coming through.
energy. Because he's not able to use his. Might not be able to use his abilities all the time, and that's one of the things he survives with. That gave us our killing that thing here spawned a little mini boss, and that gave us our ace back, which will give us some health and damage.
Outstanding. Of course. I'm on it.
And as these guys die and respawn, they'll get that ace buff too. Let's put more into
Upgrade
that.
complete.
Let's give us more. Oh no, we need more energy. That's right. Almost
Not
forgot.
enough minerals.
I'm
There we go.
on it.
You can see all these guys are getting the ace buff again.
Got it.
Alright, I'm gonna push forward. And these times of compared to my last video, the eggs vary in size. I don't know what determines that. But I know sometimes they are bigger than others, and that spawns different and more units out of them.
Sure.
Which gives you more minerals, so that's always nice. There's been times where they get almost as big as like that spawning pool here. Gotta kill that guy back there so he stops spawning stuff. Hopefully we just kind of make our way through all this stuff.
Go, go.
We are barely keeping up, but we are keeping up. What's our attack damage at? About 1,000. Let's give us more attack power.
Not enough minerals.
Remember, you want to get rid of those, especially in fights like this, where you're already kind of getting surrounded. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but we'll make this work.
Not enough energy.
Will do. Aye, aye, sir.
And this one, as opposed to my last one, you have to take them out on the road because we definitely will not have enough damage with just the guys in the bunkers. So yeah, you have to kind of kill him during this little phase, which it looks like won't be a problem.
Orders received.
But like I said, you do want to make sure you kill him pretty far before he gets to the base, because that's when you kind of get in panic mode.
Unidentified
Oh,
Zerg
their
organism
fortress
has
got
arrived.
ace. That's good, because that'll actually increase our damage output.
By the numbers.
Go ahead and keep pushing.
They seriously need to learn when to quit.
While we're giving like these upgrades, all your little marines and stuff are getting upgraded, which is good. But you will eventually want to try to make sure they all have ace. So you got to take them out and individually upgrade them, which is kind of a hassle. But it is more or less a necessity. Give them
Not
more
enough
damage.
Aye, aye, sir.
Especially with Marines, you're looking at more damage numbers as opposed to attack speed, because they already have a really high attack speed.
Is under attack.
So you want big number, do lots of damage. And a couple of my friends always say, like, you know, you don't have to heal, you don't have to have health if you kill everything else first. So that's a good philosophy to stand by, especially in games like this. Oh. Looks like we will win that, but
I'm on it.
I want to get back so this guy can repair.
Go ahead. Armed
Well, he lasted, and he got ace, so that's good. That's one guy you don't have to give ace to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna replace the missing Marines here. One thing I do want to put, oh, I can't build anymore, so we're gonna do that for max structures, and I'm gonna try that,
overtime. You gonna give me orders?
and then that. And we're gonna actually fill these ones with fire bats. And make sure we get all the fire bat upgrades, which I think is just that one. And kinetic form. Kinetic foam, not form, sorry.
Research complete.
And these guys are a little bit bigger, so I think they take 2 slots. No, they still take 1. There are some units that are classified as like heavier units, which will take more. We want these fire bats to kind of deal with like the Zerg rush units, and then the rest of these will deal with the Marines will deal with the other stuff.
That's fine.
While we push out, hopefully.
Can't wait. I'm on
Go
it.
over here, and start pushing. Is there any buffs we want? We want cooldown reduction and movement speed, and we want to do, let's do armor. Weapon rate, weapon damage, life armor shield. I'm gonna go with more armor. I know a lot of times I do like to go with more offensive, but I've already kind of been struggling, so we're gonna stick with more defensive. Except on this one, I might go.
Incoming Zerg attack wave detected.
Just a little bit more damage there. Let's see how this looks. Like I said, those buffs won't take effect on the little guys until they respawn, but
Why not? We could use some help here. Keep your shirt on, Sparky.
Base is under
give us
not
more
enough
health, and
minerals.
again, that'll affect all of our units. All of our Terran units, which does include the bunkers, so the bunkers will get the health. And this thing already got ace, which is good, which gives it more, basically, defensive capabilities, which is what you're looking for in those anyway. Hopefully they'll start being able to hold off a little better.
Attack.
You got it. Who wants? By the numbers, boys.
You do want to kind of focus on these things. Actually, we want to focus on that first, and then those things. Just because those give defensives to all of the units, and it'll stop these buildings from attacking.
Sure. Why not? Roger that.
And then you can kind of just mow through all this. And since Hybrid Mar is up, we're going to focus these pylons, kill those real quick. That'll get rid of him, and then we can clean up.
Yes, sir.
Me and my friends always talk about, like, we kind of wish there was just like a game, instead of it being a custom game, an actual game like this, like its own whole game, would be really fun to experience, because then you have more dedicated resource to it as opposed to just someone making it, which in my opinion would be extremely fun. Clean up these guys. It's always fun watching the Zerg die too from Terran. I don't know what's appealing about it, but it is fun watching them just kind of get mowed down. Let's do those. We're gonna give us more buffs. Maybe. Yeah, let's do Life Leech. And then we'll do ranged damage. This should increase our range by, or our damage by quite a bit, but we lose a little bit of cooldown, but that's why we kind of went with the cooldown in the beginning. Now that we kind of did all of our buffs, actually we do want to get this buff. That'll keep us alive if we die. But now that we focus on those, we want to really want to start working on these down here. I see that bug over there is putting units on us, so after we clean this little wave up, we'll go find him and kill him. Push through this.
Base is under attack.
You do want to find hives. There's always certain spots where there are hives. And sometimes there'll be a side mission because it'll be like a human colony where the hive is. Or I guess it's not really a hive when it's a side mission, but you'll get the point. It's like a little human base, and if you save it, you get a good influx in your minerals for upgrading. This one is not one, but we'll kill it anyway for the resources. And as you can see now, all my units kind of have ace.
We could use some help here.
Clear that up, down a little bit.
Aye, aye, sir.
Base is under attack.
And this is going to be where one of the objectives spawns later on in the... Oh. That's not good.
We could use some help here.
Warning. Seismic disturbance detected. Nidus worm inbound.
Ordered.
Luckily with that thing having ace, it's not taking much damage, and that SCV is repairing it, so... that actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. We got ace on some of these, which we're actually going to lay more of these down.
Yes, sir. We could use some help here.
Again, you always want to keep an eye on your clock. I should have noticed that. A, because there are audio cues, and B, because you do have time limits. At every 10-minute mark, they send one of those guys at you, a bigger guy. And as you can see, what I was talking about earlier, these things getting bigger. And I think it's every time they evolve, which has to do with popping the hives and these little evolution things that you'll see on the ground later. But we do want to put more into that, get a little bit more energy and a little bit more health.
Not enough minerals.
These guys are starting to get chonky coming out of these little Nidus worm spawn that have a bunch of units inside of them. It'll just keep sending units until you kill it, and depending on the difficulty, depends on how long they stay. We're going to clean these up, and these little invisible minerals, I think they give you like 5,000, which at the beginning is pretty good. Even right now, I'd take the extra, but your units will prioritize actual enemies over them. Yep, 5,000, that's what I thought.
That's fine.
But like I said, your units will prioritize enemies over them, which is good. But you do want to remember to kind of come back to them, especially early in the game. And sometimes they'll even spawn them like up here. I've had it spawn. Let's see what's going on down here. Kill that thing. It's pretty sweet watching, like with a high attack speed, how they just kind of siphon everything down, kill it. I'm gonna come up here and try to... Oh, hello.
Go, go.
Go ahead and finish those upgrades. Almost done with all of them, but got a couple more left. these are the Nidus worms. The minor ones don't spawn much yet, so we're not too worried about those. I do actually want to pop this roach warren though, because that's where all these roaches are spawning from.
By the numbers, boys.
I'm melting this guy pretty quickly. The big issue is all the other stuff that spawns. And when the roaches spawn, they all do like this little catapult thing, which does a good chunk of damage. Flyers. We're nuking them down pretty quick. We might lose these, but that's not a big deal. Although these things are getting outranged, it looks like.
10-4. Why not? We could use some help here.
Dang it.
Been waiting on you. What's going on?
Not a problem. As I always say, we just rebuild.
10-4.
And you can fill them with different units other than Marines.
Research complete.
Gotta give those some upgrades.
Warning. Seismic disturbance detected. Nidus worm
Oh, a little
inbound.
teleporter. That happens every once in a while. This teleporter puts you right around there, and the enemies can take it. They don't intentionally take it, but they do tend to get flooded into there.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so we got all our base upgrades done, like our basic ones. So now what we do want to kind of focus on is helping, oh shoot, make this number 6. We'll give these guys, you know, buff these things, giving them armor, anything kind of health related or armor related. Like this damage reduction's huge. Life armor shields 15 times 5. That's gonna be what is that, 75? There we go. Let's come back to that.
Been waiting on you. Why not? Affirmative. You got it.
This guy does some acid stuff, which actually kind of
Base
hurts.
is under attack.
If you're not paying attention, he can kill you pretty quick.
Sure thing.
Where's the colony at? Up here.
Affirmative. We could use some help here.
No, that's not the colony. Go ahead and clean that up real quick. We gotta find that colony. It's gotta be up here.
That's fine. You got it. We could use some help here.
Warning. Class 10 Zerg flyer
Yep, here it is.
detected.
So as you can see, it's got a little bit different units than those other like spots did. It's actually kind of neat though. These summons little human dudes you'll see that'll actually help if anything passes by.
Nidus worm
They don't
inbound.
do much damage, but it is kind of neat seeing them.
Will do.
And then we saved them, so here in a minute you'll see little humans pop out.
Gangway.
We need to stop that Brood Emperor, so we're gonna try to get behind it to kill. There's units that follow it.
Rock.
Oh,
We could use some help here. Got it. Go, go, go.
I think he gets like, if there's any units by him, he becomes invulnerable.
Base is under attack. SCVs are under attack.
And just kill him real quick. And I always check to make sure. I always have this like OCD thing about making sure all my buffs are done. You'll see me click it, and I look over here just to check. Of course, obviously they're already done, but I always forget or just want to make sure they are done.
Will do. I feel you. Go, go, go.
They're looking pretty solid.
We could use some
Like I
help
said,
here.
we want to make sure we get all these, excuse me, buffed up. life regen. Give them life shields and regen. There's one that gives like a bunch of life, but no, it reduces their damage, but that's fine for these, because they're not supposed to be super heavy in damage. And then they should all have ace buff. One of them didn't. Then I will end up doing armor on them, but that's going to be pretty expensive. We do want to put health and damage on this guy. Because we got our speed, which I got when I was running back to the base one of the times.
Warning. Seismic disturbance detected.
Let's give us a little bit of damage.
Inbound.
Orders received. Sure. I feel you. We could use some help here.
It does give you a good increase too. As you can see, it increased my dexterity there. These things attack every 0.11 second, which is really fast.
Outstanding. Aye, aye, sir. Gangway, coming through. You got us.
And this is one of those things where if you stand on it with each type of unit, Terran, Zerg, and Protoss, it does start another event. But again, you have to have 3 people in order to do that, which we don't have. Which it's really hard. Oh, we're missing. Destroy the Hydra this time. Did we not do it? Oh, we did not. It's gonna put us way behind.
Use some help here. Why not?
Just run through everything, because we were kind of falling behind.
Large Zerg force incoming.
Gangway, coming through. We could use some help here.
I'm killing him pretty quick.
The hybrid will burn this pathetic universe.
Base is under attack.
Roger that. Will do.
He's attacking so fast, look like he's just mowing him.
Orders received.
And obviously your main guy in this, the main hero, as opposed to summons, is significantly stronger. But the little Marines still do a lot of work on this stuff.
Warning. Seismic disturbance detected.
Pop
Nidus
that,
one
walk back out.
inbound.
I'd kill this guy real quick, because you don't want to send these, since we're not a base builder, we don't want to necessarily send all this stuff back to the base to get killed, just in case they can't kill it, because this stuff is actually extremely strong. So we just kind of want to kill it before it gets there.
Outstanding. We could use some help here.
Base is under attack.
As you can see, I do kind of single out stuff every once in a while. It's just the kind of stuff you want to focus on.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of pop the pillar, and then as soon as it pops, run back
Base is
out if you
under
can.
attack.
It keeps funny that little hybrid Mario, you'll see the health up top. He doesn't have much health. He's a weird, I don't understand like what his purpose is. He just kind of feeds minerals to you. See how our base is doing. Base is looking pretty good. I don't think he can get back there. Oh yeah, he can. Kind of put a bunch of these up. The one good thing about using the resource as opposed to using energy is you can build, you don't have to wait on like charges to build up to be able to build stuff. We're going to try to move as fast as we can here. We're going to go ahead and give us, let's give us more damage. You see now we're up to almost right around 9,000 damage, and that is per bullet. And I do give this little buff to get additional damage and 600 armor, which is huge because he's got a ton of armor now, just from his own buff, really.
Warning. Seismic
Always
disturbance
back away
detected.
from the bosses right before you
Nidus
kill
one
him, just in case,
inbound.
because some of them will drop like acid and it will just nuke all your stuff.
I'm on it.
Hive Defender, he's getting nuked pretty quick. And you'll see I won't be able to kill this thing once I clear this up a little bit. It'll say it's invulnerable because you always have to kill like the predecessor to it. Because if you try targeting it, it'll say like, yeah, invulnerable unit. Which, that's just down here. You know, just watch your health whenever you're fighting a boss, because some of them will nuke you. That's never fun, because you do lose all your buffs. We do have the buff that keeps us alive. It'll let us get away at least. We might actually have to retreat back to the base for this one. Oh, oh. The invulnerability is on cooldown too, but it gives you like 5 or 10 seconds worth of invulnerability to get away, basically. Which, go ahead, give us a little bit more damage. Which we're full on that. So now we'll do health. You can see that does help out a lot on the health. What is their damage? I mean, yeah, as you can see, their damage is like half of the main guy. But they just keep respawning. I'll go up here, kind of clean up. The good thing about having actual units is you can move them around, you can do more cleanup before everything kind of rushes at you. Because once you pop the last building, which is up in that corner, anything remaining on the board charges this. Speaking of, we'll actually go ahead and make sure those auto upgrade as we're killing stuff. That's the main base. Let's give it a little more juice, and it'll help attack as we kill stuff. As you can see, we won't ever be able to get resources. Well, they got upgraded. That will keep us from getting too many resources, and it'll put into the range of the base. And we're kind of melting that thing. And then a drop pod spawn, but it looks like we should be able to work our way through it. We're just killing everything. There's so much around us.
Base is under attack.
All these got aced already. That's huge. This little man's kind of fixing everything. Oops. Can I put more of those down?
We could use some help here.
Will do. We hear you.
Those will give us a little more damage. So like I said, if this thing, we haven't done enough cleanup, which I can already tell we haven't done too much. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the hive and run through the teleporter, which that's the teleporter I was talking about earlier.
Warning, large Zerg force incoming.
Up here, kill this stuff. Let's go ahead and just pop this thing and we'll run back to base.
Base is under attack. Seismic disturbance detected. Nidus worm inbound.
No one gets out alive.
Affirmative. We could use some help here.
Alright, we did do a good bit of cleanup, because there's not much actually coming at us, so that's good.
Affirmative.
Just watch your radar at the bottom, and should do just fine.
Will do. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, we're nuking her pretty good, and when she dies, it'll reveal the map. And then our base will take care of everything, but I like to go just kind of, you just want to do a little bit of cleanup. Miss this little chunk, which this would have been a good chunk of resources towards the beginning. I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's thousands of resources. You want to get as much as you can, especially early in the beginning. Get your upgrades in quick. Just go around and kill the rest of this little stuff. Those are always fun to watch. Little evolution chambers.
That's fine. Gangway, coming through.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. The rest of this is, like I said, just really just clean up. Always like doing you can always do the buffs just to see where you'd kind of be at.
Outstanding.
Go ahead and finish this cleanup.
Looking forward to it. Affirmative.
Alright, there we have it. Alright everybody, that was the Son of Korhal on the Starcraft 2 custom game mode, Special Forces Elite 5. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.